Hey there, it's Kia here, and I'm your food and body love coach. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the concept of perfectionism and how it relates to problematic relationships with food and ourselves. And for those of you who identify as perfectionists or recovering perfectionists like yours truly, stay to the end. I got a special message for you. For the best advice on how to find a peaceful relationship with food and your body, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can be notified of when I post a new video every other Sunday. I define perfectionism as a personality trait where one sets high standards and strives for flawlessness. And while this alone isn't a bad thing, striving for perfectionism can lead one to being overly critical of oneself and others anytime you or someone else makes a mistake or doesn't live up to those expectations. As a coach, one of the biggest things I help my clients with is in developing the mindset that supports a healthy relationship with food and themselves. In today's world, it's not the lack of information that often keeps people stuck in their problematic eating habits, but their beliefs and perceptions. One of the biggest mindset blocks I see in this space of healing a relationship with food is this: I have to be perfect in order to be successful. So what does this look like? Have you or perhaps a friend ever said something like this? I was doing so well with my diet, but then I blew it by eating one cookie, and then I found myself eating the whole sleeve, and then it went on for a couple weeks and months, and anyways, you get my point. Or perhaps, as I've seen in a lot of my high-achieving clients, perfectionism can show up as shame, the shame of never feeling good enough, whether that be in a job, in school, or relationship. If you live in the US or another country that values achievements, somewhere in becoming adults, many of us learn to equate our achievements and other people's opinions of us as the measure of our self-worth. Perfectionism is therefore dangerous and addictive. It's built on shame and fear, and if we don't measure up, we're not worthy of love. And so often if we fail on something, we attribute it to who we are and blame ourselves. So perfectionism can also stop us from even trying or starting something because we prefer to avoid the pain of the imminent failure. And when we were born, we didn't have this belief of perfectionism. Think back to when a kid learns how to walk. On average, a 1-year-old who is learning to walk falls about 17 times per hour and is met with great cheers and praise by their parents for every attempt they make to get up again. But imagine if we treated this same baby the same way those of us perfectionists treat ourselves. Oh, well, I fell again, and this is the third time I've tried. Maybe I'm just not meant to be a walker. It sounds insane, but this is what so many of us do in our attempts to heal our relationships with food and to grow and learn. So if you struggle with perfectionism, here's my advice to you. Firstly, it's time to start distinguishing between perfectionism and what Dr. Brené Brown calls healthy striving. By the way, if you haven't checked out her research on shame and courage, you have got to. While perfectionism discourages attempts and failure, healthy striving celebrates every attempt and what can be learned. While perfectionism is based on shame, guilt, hiding, healthy striving is based on desire, growth, celebration, and the courage to try. Healthy striving also celebrates resilience. That means getting back on your feet and trying again even if you've fallen. And it's built on the basis of self-love and self-compassion. Secondly, if you notice yourself getting caught in this perfectionism-related shame spiral, this is not the time for striving and pushing harder, like the voices in your head will tell you. But this is a time for self-compassion. And a really great question to ask yourself is this: what is the most kind and loving thing I can do for myself right now? I'll be honest, that one question was one of the biggest keys that helped me heal my relationship with food. So finally, here's my message to those of you who identify as perfectionists. I want to leave you with this: relax. You're already perfect. Now it's your turn. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated most for you in this video? Please let me know in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the like button so I know to make more videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Stay well, eat well, and savor all that life has to give to you because life is simply too short not to. See ya!